So what have you got planned for, like, later today, tomorrow, over the next week or so?
I'm going to Tower Records and do an in-store performance and play some songs there and hopefully, let people hear the music so they go and buy some albums. And then I'm playing a little cafe somewhere. It begins with a P. What's it called? Do you know that place? Peter Scalzo. It's an art cafe. It's an art cafe.
That's probably why you don't know.
Really? What are they? Fox's Glacier Mints?
Roses.
I told you I do not want blue sweets. No, they're brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. I wonder who that is. I'm going to die at the moment, but I don't know.
Blatant advertising.
Thank you very much, whoever gave me that. Thanks. Cheers. But I prefer the walnut ones, the orange and purple apples. What am I doing? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Tower Records, doing in-store, and then doing a show later. But I really enjoy doing the in-stores. It's again one of those really odd things that I kind of think, why did I set myself up? Why do I do this? And you turn up, and it's really nerve-wracking, and you hate it, and then it's great after. It's a really, I don't know if you find that as performers as well. You kind of got this love-hate thing where you really want to do it, but just before the show, you get a nervous feeling, why do I put myself through this? And it's only after you get the buzz and you think, right, bring on the next gig. It's this real kind of, it's like that with Shambles. Not so much Shambles, because it's easier for me to drum than it is to play guitar and sing. I find still really difficult, but drumming is a bit easier. But when I set my own shows up, I do it all the time. I'll just be in Scotland, so I think, right, get in touch with a record company or a record shop, set myself up a gig there, and then I get there and I think, I'm knackered, why am I doing this? But it's just this kind of love-hate thing that goes on, so... But yeah, I'll be doing that later in Tower Records. Hopefully some people will come.
Seeing that you were over in the city there last week, what did you think of that?
I've got mixed feelings. I mean, I wanted to go there just, to show the support for the record company, 360 Boys, that were putting on a night there. But I don't like the concept of bands going around selling themselves on this thing. It's like, wow, look, come see my gig and sign me and buying into this. It's like, well, look, here's my band. Come and I want a big industry to come and see me on this big showcase, because I don't think it works like that. And I think it's a bit of a myth there. But I went there for the right reasons, where the people I was working with weren't doing that. They were just making a presence. All the acts that were there obviously signed by them, so it weren't like it. But you get people running around that try and hit all the venues with their flyers. And I don't know whether they got this big myth that the record industry that night is going to be like X Factor, and then someone's going to say, you over there, your band, you're amazing, pluck you out, give you a record deal, put you in a shiny silver suit, put you on the festival circuit. It doesn't quite work like that. And I don't like that concept of 4 bands in the night type thing. I think it's much more important to build your own fan base and then go from there. But what do I know?
Is the music industry as crazy as people say it is? A lot of people have this.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think it's a business like any other business in an industry and commerce. I think it's pretty cutthroat. And I mean, the worst. I think music and industry don't really go to work together. They're probably the worst two words to go together, because you're dealing with artists and people that, creative, sensitive people, and then you're dealing with the other side of it. You've got sharks out there that will pick you up and drop you like that if you're not sharp to it. Most musicians or artists, by their nature, aren't that in tune with the way industry and commerce work. So you see people get screwed every day. But you've got to be sharp to exist. You've got to always be on your feet and looking for the next opportunity. And in the back of your mind thinking, okay, this could be fickle, it could end tomorrow, what am I going to do? Rather than just kind of sit back and be surrounded by kind of fur-clad naked women and indulge in all the, excesses that people think it is. If you can do that, but you won't last.
You're now surrounded by us.
I know, and here I am, surrounded by you lot. Where did I go wrong? People have this myth of you get swanned around in a limo and get treated like this. And yeah, you do, but it comes out of your money. It's all your money. But yeah, have a big bottle of champagne. It's 200 quid. Oh, brilliant. On your next budget, £200 bottle of champagne. Oh, hold on, that's mine. I pay for that, yeah. So it's all, nothing's for free in this industry, and it's hard. And it's as hard as any other industry. But you can get lucky, but you've got to stay sharp. You've got to meet the right people. Quiet. I've just got a question here.
How long have you been playing music altogether?
I don't know. I think I've always been interested in music since, probably forever, since I was in the womb. So yeah, I don't know. So playing music, playing an instrument, probably, I don't know, a good probably 16, 17 years with like an electronic keyboard, just messing around with melodies and stuff. But I don't think it's about the amount of time. I think you could be. I know people that have been playing for 4 years in their band and they get signed. I think it's to do with how much energy you put into it and a lot of luck as well, meeting the right people. But I think you can make your own luck as well to some extent. You know, not treading the same old circles and just trying to look differently upon it as well, which is really important these days. People think now they're still sending demos in, or still going to so-and-so bar where the A&R drink. It don't work like that anymore. You've got to make your own destiny. That's good. It's really exciting. It's like the Wild West out there at the moment. Record companies haven't got a clue what's going on. And, you know, even these so-called indie labels that are supposed to be indie, they're not indie. They've got Warner in their back pocket or Sony. So they've got the kudos of an indie. What you find now is because I think a lot of it had to do with Peter and like the Libertines thing. They blew away a lot of that and they started this whole community thing and it went a little bit indie when they kicked up. But record companies now are adopting those techniques for themselves and they're kind of hoodwinking a lot of people, I think. So you've got to, I mean, you can bypass all that. You can do it yourself to an extent. I think to build up your own following, do what you do. That's if you're a performer. You know, if you're trying to get into recording music, then I don't know really.
Of all the instruments you play, if you could take one to a desert island and you had to have it for the rest of your life,
Maybe a guitar or a piano, I mean, like that. Because you can cover all things on that in melody and chords. So I wouldn't mind which, whatever. Probably a guitar would be easier to move around.
And on stage, is it drums that you preference, or do you mind?
No, I don't really mind, to be honest. I spent the whole day yesterday doing accordion, which was really good fun, on Peter's solo album. I've forgotten how to play it, but it's quite interesting. But yeah, no, I quite enjoy playing accordion at the moment, so perhaps I'll take my accordion. But then I can float on it, so just think.
How's the recording going for Pete's thing?
Yeah, it's going well. Yes, he gets there now and then, and it's all going all right.
Are you backing over? Are you back and forth from the
Yeah,
recording
I'm
studio with
really
them all
busy.
the
I've
time?
been doing sessions with him, then coming and doing my own stuff, then promoting and doing remixes, DJing, and I've been all over the shop. It's been really this is my last week. It's really hard, and I'll start to get like 1 or 2 days off a week, so it's gonna be good.
Did you say you're doing DJing and
Yeah,
remixes?
I do a lot of that. Yeah,
Any remixes that we?
not you know, a few
going to
people, a few
pick
different bands have asked me to remix their stuff. I just haven't got the time to do it. I've been so busy doing my stuff and like promoting my stuff. And Baby Shambles is about to kick off again, doing demos. So
Busy man.
yeah, very busy. But you've got to be busy. You've got to be looking over your shoulder really in this business all the time. Can't afford to just sit back. You get a record deal. That's when the work starts really. And it's a lot nicer if you've got a record deal and it's your own record and you're going to work it and there's not, I don't know, not energy and efficiency lacking in areas. You get signed by a major company, sometimes you put a lot of energy in your side, it's not necessarily coming out of their side as well. So.
I've heard rumours for the likes of us.
Rumours?
That over in England at the minute there's very little studio work available, so it's very hard to get in that way.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's hard for me to know that kind of stuff because I've worked. You know, we're working with Stephen Street at the moment, and he's got his producer and his engineer that work with him, and obviously they've been doing it for a long time, and he trusts them and they do that. But regarding, I don't know. I suppose a lot of people now are doing it in their bedroom as well. Like my stuff is all done in the bedroom, set up with Pro Tools, so I didn't need to go to a studio and pay that kind of money.
What's the Pro Tools setup that you have?
I don't know. I mean, I've basically got Pro Tools on a small, it's called an M-Box
The
Mini.
M-Box, yeah.
I've got a Mini, and I started doing stuff on that, and even stuff on GarageBand that he threw in, and my friend's got a much better setup than me, but it's not big. You know, you're only talking about an old Mac, like OS 9, and basically a hard drive, and that's it. You know, you can hear on that record, it's not high budget, but I think you can get really good results on basic stuff. I think it's about pioneering now. That's the worst thing about when music making software become accessible to everyone. Everyone can do it. But what you got now is it's just diluted the music scene. I think people just bang it out now really quickly. But I reckon remixes, you know what, because like my stuff, I'm happy for anyone to remix it. I give the parts out to anyone. And the remixes have been okay. They've been all right. There's been nothing that's kind of blown my head off.
Where are they available from?
I'll give you them. If you want my parts, I'll just give you one of them. You can burn it for each other on a DVD, but I'm happy to just send it in. And I've got like a Roses Kings mashup site, which I haven't really used yet, but the intention was to put all the remixes on that. And if it's something that I think is going to work, like I do a lot of DJing, and I'm involved a lot in the dance stuff, then we can put it out like that. But I think if any of you can, most people are on their MySpace now, you can get in touch and just say, look, I'm really interested in remixing it, can I have a go?